God, this thing looks so ridiculous. But at the same time, it's a lot of fun. Welcome to my channel. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Siege Weaponizer cog. And if you're new around here, please remember to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and smash that like button to support it. So now, let's dive into it. And here we're going to be taking a look at cog in his artillery mode first. And obviously it comes in two parts, then you can combine it into one to make one bigger artillery unit. And overall it looks pretty good. This is his bottom half, and obviously the molded detail looks good. There's wheels right here to help because the treads don't move, they get them around and everything, so it rolls around pretty easily and everything like that. I like that. That's a nice little touch there. The red in there with the blue ties in perfectly. The blasters, these can peg in all over the place. You can peg them in up here since they're separated and everything, but once you're in combine these, then these got to go back here. But real nice. The bottom of the feet also have two holes. They have like this weird gold trim in there. I don't know, it's different design and everything, but so there's the bottom half, and then the upper half is mainly these two guns. You got 4 articulated wheels, and then these parts of the arms, which is the cannons, aim up and everything like that. So there's some articulation there, which is a pretty cool thing. So if you want to aim up and everything, these are blast effect compatible, all 4 of these, along with the 2 guns. And the other thing is you can take this tab right here, there's a slot right there, and you can peg that in, and now you got one giant artillery vehicle. And one other thing I wanted to point out, the silver paint and everything it's a nice little touch to operate the vehicle from here, to let it stand out so you know which end is the front. Obviously the treads would be the back. That's a dead giveaway there. So we're going to start the transformation, and it's real easy. You just untab him just like that, to cog over there, the upper half, and you're going to remove the blasters just to make it a little bit easier. And then you're going to just untab. I'm going to show the tabs are right here, and they go into these slots right there, so they kind of slide in and lock in the legs so they don't move all over the place, but they're easy to just untab, lift up. Legs are done for the most part. Then you're going to come over here, you're going to take these off and reveal 2 more peg holes right there. Set his arms to the side just for a moment. Then you're going to bend this piece. It's on a hinge. Lift this up. You can see Cog's head, but you got to turn it around. And I find this part to be the hardest, is to get his head to turn around. It's just very stiff, and it's these pieces in here can kind of turn a little bit, but for the most part, that's what you can do. Then you're going to take this peg right here. You just pop it in right there. And yes, Cog is a little bit taller than I was expecting. So there we go. And then this is the easier part. You just take the peg here. Make sure you get the right arm in the right hole, which is pretty good. And now he's all armed up and ready for battle. And honestly, the robot mode head sculpt looks pretty good. I like how Cog did make his appearance in chapters 1 and 2. Unfortunately, he did not make it out of chapter 2. He made all the way to the end, and then he was unfortunately killed in a way like I was starting to really root for this character more than even Optimus Prime, and he died. So this character happens to be one of my favorite from Siege, and more Earthrise a little bit. He just seems to have a little arc for a character that has like not much screen time whatsoever. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing overall. But the overall robot mode, the way the silver comes into play for the middle, for his chest and these upper parts right here, and a little bit around his torso, and then the blue ties in right here. And you got the blue arms, the red cannons here up on the top of his shoulders. I think that's pretty cool. The wheels just kind of sit there and they still are articulated and everything like that. He does have more than 90-degree bend on the knee. He does have a thigh swivel. He can kick up. He can do a full split and everything. He does have a biceps elbow and bicep swivel right there, more than 90 degrees, which is pretty good. The arm can do a full rotation like that. Head can turn all the way around like I've shown with the transformation. It's just very hard because of these pieces right here. You can't move these once this is locked in. No wrist articulation whatsoever, but he does come with a lot of ankle articulation, so that's a nice touch. And on my copies so far, my legs seem to stay on really good, and I think that's a nice little nod for a $7.99 figure from Ross. So here we have Red Alert, and he's going to be our stand-in for the Weaponizer mode. So we're going to take this, fold that, fold his other leg in all the way. Then we're going to give him, Red Alert, some stilts here, which is pretty good. Make it a little bit taller. So there's that. We'll just get that out of the way. Take his arms off. Collar arm off. Take that part off. We're going to turn his head and just angle that. And this is the one mode where you can just kind of just slap this on his one shoulder here. There. So there's that gimmick right there for that. Put it on his shoulder, either one. Then the backpack. Let's see here. And here we have the waist pegged in. Then you take the back of the legs right here, peg them in under on this part. It gives you that articulated look where you can aim up and everything. I'm not sure if that's the exact one in the instructions. I was just messing around with it. And I kind of like this one more. If this is in the instructions, then that's fine. I kind of can't find them at this point. Not a big deal there. Basically what the Weaponizer is they gave you like one or two different kinds of things to come up with for creativity, the official, but then there's a lot of unofficial ones out there where you can even combine multiple cogs or 6 guns and brunts and all that other kind of stuff together and build some giant robot. So there's some pretty cool things out there, but I kind of like this. I like these different Weaponizer gimmicks and everything. I just unfortunately won't be posing this guy cog like this on my shelf. He's going to be in robot mode, but it's really exciting that they give you some really ridiculous, but like I said earlier, awesome options. And another thing you can do with this, you can just kind of raise the head back up just like this, leave the head that way, close this up, turn it around, peg out, and now you have this weird shield looking gun. I just wanted to show that off. I think that's probably one of the better things I guess you can do with cog. And then what the other part is, you can kind of take these apart a little bit more and expand on the big cannons for the back. So it's a little bit different than this. And let's see here. So yeah, it'll be more like that. And this mode's cool as well. Actually, I think I like this one even more. Oh, wrong. Flip the legs. Gotta make sure the pegs are on the outside. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright. We got the blasters. We're gonna get the cannons in here. And they're just gonna peg in as is. This is gonna be on this one. This Let's make sure there's no gaps on the outside. Here we go. So we have this monstrosity, which it's a lot of fun. It's just funny that you can do all this stuff with COG. And that's just another thing. So you got this big gigantic backpack thing. And all you gotta do is just peg this into the back. And now he has these big gigantic artillery cannons coming up over his shoulders. Plus he has a shield. Or you can use this as a gun. So this would be the front of the gun. So this would be your blast effect ports. It's just completely insane at this point, like how much fun you can do with COG. It's really exciting. And here's one final look at Red Alert with COG, with the death beams, death cannons, whatever you want to call them. My final thoughts on Transformers, Siege, COG, Weaponizer. Honestly, between him coming with weapons, I actually like these. It's one thing I didn't point out earlier in the review. So we'll get a quick look at this. Looks really nice for a blaster. He comes with 2 of them. Nice molded detail and everything. It's like a standard blaster on the show. Roughly, that's what it looked like. And I thought that was pretty cool. So everyone was running around with COG weapons. Plus, there was a lot of COG clones. But this COG, the real one, the toy is fantastic. The robot mode looks fantastic. The back is a little bit, has a lot of gaps, but considering the gimmick with the weaponizer thing, it's totally fine. The artillery mode that we did not get to see in Siege, and I believe we didn't see it in Earthrise, was a bummer. But for the toy form, it's awesome. I like the artillery mode and how it can split apart like its G1 counterpart. So that's a win. This guy will go fantastic if you have a Fortress Maximus. Unfortunately, I don't, or I would have somehow showed him off. Overall, the weaponizer gimmick, where you can take them apart and come up with some really crazy things, is phenomenal. There's not much more else to say about this figure other than it's awesome. So that's going to be it for the review. Thank you for watching.